issues pertinent to the internet in Africa in general and internet governance issues in particular. Participation, as far as participation is concerned, over 300 participants took part in this event, drawn from 30 countries, and a remote participation was also enabled by give the URL of the event. The partners, this event was co-organized by the African Union Commission, the Economic Commission for Africa, in collaboration with the Egyptian government and the NEPAD Coordination Agency. As far as the resources are concerned, this event was supported by African Union Commission, National Telecom Regulatory Authority of Egypt, NEPAD Agency, Dot Africa, ICANN, Internet Society, UNESCO, ICFSA, APC, and Huawei. So the plenary session was preceded by 8 parallel sessions, respectively on the 4th, 6th December. The reports will be annexed to the main AFGIV report when it is posted on the website. The parallel sessions are as follows. The role of DNS as a technology in the internet policy, connecting the next millennium, connecting the next billion, enabling the digital transformation of Africa, the role of the youth, affects internet freedom reports, internet exchange points, cybersecurity in Africa, internet universality indicators, public libraries rise to the challenge and connect to the next billion. The opening ceremony, the event was officially opened by Dr. Sharif Hashim, Vice President, National Telecom Regulator of Egypt, and welcome statements were also delivered by Her Excellency Dr. Amani Abu Zaid, Commissioner, Infrastructure and Energy of the African Union. High-level discussion was held. This session was generally conducted to capture perspectives of high-level delegates on the policy implication of digitization to enable an inclusive digital transformation. The session was moderated by Mr. Mokhtar Yedali from the African Union Commission. Panelists of this session include Her Excellency Minister Emerly Okondiji, sorry for not properly reading the names, Nido of Ministry of ICT, Democratic Republic of Congo, His Excellency Minister Jao Dembu Ali, Minister of ICT, the Gambia, Ambassador Amir Alijo Wiley, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Egypt, Mr. Gallo Sow, Chief Technical Advisor, Ministry of ICT, Senegal, and Dr. Alexander Trigona, Special Envoy to the Prime Minister and former Foreign Minister of Malta. The African IGF 2007 plenary session run from Monday 4 to Wednesday 6 December 2017, using panel format with a moderator and 3 to 5 panelists for each session. The agenda will be attached as an annex, as I have already explained when we post the detailed general report on the website. The list of sessions are indicated below. Promoting Digital Africa, Internet Economy. Some of the outcomes that emanated from this session are sensitization of Africa leaders at a high level on the issue of internet economy beyond the simple use of email and web browsing. This issue has been recurring across the sessions staged during the forum, because unless the high level people are not sensitized about what internet governance is all about, so we cannot work anything from below. The second one was ease of doing business. It was observed that there is no African country that featured in the top 50 countries on ease of doing business using internet. Governments are encouraged to consolidate the different internal agencies to streamline service delivery using internet and new technologies. Set up local innovation fund. The local innovation fund would create an avenue to invest on a small scale business and start up as they present opportunities to being the next big business in African countries. Success stories can be borrowed from from local innovations like Joomla, Farm, and Mipesa. Okay, the second one is digital transformation. How do we shape its social and labor impacts? With regard to this topic, the following Shall I continue? Thank you. Provide support in financing user-led startups, the focus on developing technology solutions. This, as I have already mentioned, regarding internet-based services or ICT-based businesses. Adopt open data policy for research. The third topic dealt under this topic were the empowering global cooperation on cybersecurity for sustainable development and peace. In this regard, the following recommendations were forwarded. Undertake awareness creation, capacity building for all stakeholders, including law enforcement institutions, to successfully address cyber security issues. To put in place appropriate policy and legislation instruments, adoption of the AU Convention, and the need for collaboration among the member states. Emerging issues. Human rights should apply online as well as offline. These are the emerging issues related to the internet and internet governance. More work is needed in capacity building, targeting women, and designing programs and tools which enable them to cope with digital transformation and ICT development. The sixth one is national and regional initiatives. Pardon? But what I have is 5. Oh, sorry. The fifth one, I'm sorry. Review and approval of the African IGF Charter. I think this has been dealt by Madam Mary in detail. So, as far as the African IGF Charter is concerned, there is a need to publicize it African-wide using a number of medias. And there is also a need to implement it starting from the 7th African Internet Governance Forum to be held in Khartoum. Number 6, national and regional initiatives. As related to this topic, the following recommendations were given. Include more use in discussion and have their outputs about internet governance topics and issues. Reinforce capacities of national IGFs. Ensure that young people have a chance to be creative and explore good aspects of the internet. Endorsement of ICT implementation in national education systems in order to contribute to digital appropriation of digitalization for the new generation, which is the youth. Promotion of access to new technologies for all underprivileged social entities like the disabled ones, women, and so on. Support training, education, and efforts of sensitization to internet use in African countries. Local interventions, thriving in DNS industry and maximizing opportunity of Africa. Regarding this, the following recommendations or action items were provided. It's important to have discussion about prices harmonization across the continent for domain names. Policy harmonization should be maintained on country codes. Harmonization of technology that will make it easy for software developers across the continent to assimilate easily is highly imperative. Encourage uptake of country code top-level domain registries for African countries. The need for separation of responsibilities by using the 3 R's, namely registrar, register, and registrant. Liberalize the market and work on policies for CCTLDS. Finally, provide a resilient and affordable network so that Africa communities can be domained. Number 8, the African Union Declaration on Internet Governance and Capacity Building Efforts on the continent. With regard to this, we have one major recommendation, that's make sure the project is implemented properly, taking into account the needs of all stakeholders and actors. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Gorfu, for presenting the draft recommendations. In fact, these are only draft, and this is just a takeaway from the conference. The report will be prepared. As you know, the African IGF report is always finalized 2 months after the conference, because there is a lot of input we are expecting from the rapporteurs. And these inputs are continuing to arrive. From those inputs, the Rapporteur General has extracted some of the key recommendations. He will continue with the IGF Secretariat to work with the rapporteurs. We will continue working together and getting the input throughout the next coming 2 months. And the report will be circulated to all the stakeholders and put on the website at each level. It will be at the IGF website. So if you are not in the mailing list, go to the website from time to time. You'll find this draft outcome will be there also tonight. So you can use it to prepare your own report, but it will be improved till we come out with the report. On Gorfu's presentation on the high-level panel, there was a mistake because he used the first draft of the program. Now, on the high-level panel, we had the following panelists. The panel was moderated by Mr. Mokhtar Yedali from the AU Commission, and we had the following panelists who was sitting. You have Her Excellency Dr. Amani Abu Zaid, Commissioner Infrastructure and Energy of the African Union, Ambassador Amr Al-Joaili, who is the Ambassador of Egypt to Serbia, Dr. Sherif Hashim, Vice President of NETRA, Mr. Galoso, Chief Technical Advisor on the Ministry of ICT of Senegal, Dr. Alexandra Trigona, Special Envoy to the Prime Minister and former Foreign Affairs Foreign Minister of Malta, and Mr. Pierre Danginou, who is the Vice President, Stakeholders at the ICANN. So this is going to be reflected in the version which will be put on the website in a few minutes. So this is just an information we're giving you about this. There's nothing to adopt, there is nothing to do. So we can call upon the host to come and close the ceremony. Thank you. Okay, you can go and have tea again for 15 minutes only. We are waiting for one of the closing officials to arrive, because you know the time was 5:30, but we, for the first time, we went an advance of time since the African IGF was inaugurated.